Hey, Kobe, you know what I got?
What's that, Barry?
Some sticky finger. I was like, why is he doing that? What's going on, guys? My name is Barry.
And this is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This?
Music.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the third week of St. Paddy's month.
Right? Irish-based movies.
I hope we here at the Who Watches This hope you had a very safe and eventful St. Paddy's.
Yes.
You know, I only say that because I remember one of my friends. He's like half Filipino, half Irish, and his I remember it was a long time ago, but his birthday falls on St. Paddy's Day. So of course his 21st birthday, he's like,
It's a party night.
I gotta celebrate like an Irishman. So he went to the hospital for alcohol poisoning. I too got super smashed, and you know those like little hangnails you have on your finger, and you know you're supposed to pull away from it.
Yeah, right.
I pulled up, and it went all the way to my middle knuckle.
Oh,
Like peeling a banana. Oh man.
Oh, St. Paddy's Day memories.
And I still remember what's it called? I remember my friend who was the least drunk out of all of us had drove to the hospital to go check him out. We went to the two wrong hospitals. They took him to like the furthest hospital. And but in the second hospital, I ended up throwing up in front of all these nurses. It's like, damn it! Now I lost my chances with those nurses.
Oh, Pokemon dreams crushed.
Right? When will my stay-at-home dad dream be fulfilled? Oh man! But you guys, if you guys know, if you guys have been following us, as you should be, you guys know that the first section or the first little category that we do is movie trailers.
Yes.
So here we go. All seems too quiet in this rural Ireland town or Scottish town. I don't know. Ireland. Okay. Yeah. Until a mysterious man arises from the ocean and starts to collect. A constable has been transferred into a town that seems to be dead by daylight. Dun, dun, dun. A night in a police station turns out to be the last for many. What could this man's plans be for its inhabitants? Let's find out in 2014's Let Us Pray. Man, Kobe's been picking out the bangers this month.
Right?
This was brutal. Oh man, so I feel like because this movie feels like it's weird, right? Because it's based in this town, but it's more contained in this police station. But we get shots of the outside of the town. It looks like there's nobody there, even as the constable Rachel walks through it.
Right. And I also noticed that, and then I was like, is that just like budgetary? Like this is a low budget movie, they just can't afford to have a bunch of people walking around, or does that mean something more?
Right. Yeah. So I figured the way that we could really talk about this is we'll introduce how all the characters are introduced in the movie, and then we're just gonna go down the list of each character's wrongdoings.
Yes,
because this movie, you know, as I was watching it, it's actually pretty short. It's like what, an hour and 30.
Right?
At most.
Yeah,
because I think by the time, like, I checked the time, the space bar, or like the time bar on the bottom, and I was like, oh, this movie's almost done. It's not enough.
Right. I would have liked it to be
just
a little bit longer.
Yeah. Yeah, but maybe it's one of those Sundance films, you know.
Right.
But yeah, let's start with how this movie really just progresses, right? Or starts out as we get a beautiful shot of the ocean in this place. We see ravens.
Lots of birds, yeah.
Some like a murder.
Crows, yeah.
A murder. It's what a group of crows.
Right.
Ravens or
yes.
crows?
It's a murder of, I think it's ravens.
Yeah, murder. Oh, well, I'm no birdologist, so I don't know what kind of birds these are. I'm pretty sure that's not the word for it either.
It is not.
I forgot what they call those people that like watch birds. I know they call themselves that specialists.
Yes.
But we see this man come out of the ocean, and he's like, "Oh, you're like, oh, who the fuck is that guy?" And then we cut all the way to Constable Rachel. She's having some sort of nightmare. Mm-hmm. Before we could see too much, she shoots up awake. It's already nighttime. I guess she had just been transferred to this station,
right?
And I think we all know too well what happens when a city police gets transferred to a countryside.
I wasn't sure if like she just got out of like police academy and this was her first like day.
Yeah.
Or if this was like she got transferred here and this is her first day in this station.
Yeah, I think that's what it is because the sergeant seems to know about her, and her coworkers seem to know her backstory because of what happened to her.
Right.
And, you know, she seems like, as you watch it throughout this whole movie, she seems like a pretty, like a by the books type of cop.
Yes.
Right? Because even in our first, like, inciting incident.
And that's why I was thinking this was like her very first.
Yeah.
Because, you know, generally you get the rookie come in there and they're like, we're just fresh out of police academy. This is boom. This is the law. This is the rules. This is the way we do it.
Yeah. No, I felt like she was like, "You're a loose cannon, Rachel. You've been trying to maintain order too by the books. I'm sending you to the countryside."
She's the actress is the from Walking Dead, the lady who was the leader of the trash people.
Oh, I didn't watch The Walking Dead long enough.
Oh, I have like immediately recognized her as that. I was like, oh, it's the trash lady.
Yeah, I think I started watching the moment Herschel died. I was like, oh, I'm done.
Oh yeah, this is a couple seasons after that.
Yeah. Well, it's just like, you know, you spend so much time in that house, and then you spend so much time in the prison.
Right.
And I was like, I don't know if I like Norman Reedus enough that he's like carrying this show.
Yeah.
And then you killed Yondu when he was trying to have his redemption act. And I was like, I'm done. I don't want to watch this after the season. Back to the thing. So we see Rachel, she gets up for her police uniform, almost like in Edgar Wright fashion. There's a little bit of like a lot of jump cuts of her putting her uniform on.
Right.
Which I was like, oh, is this going to be like, because I didn't watch the trailer. I was like, I wanted to be surprised by this. So I was like, oh, is this going to be like a horror comedy? It is not. But we see this young kid named Caesar zooming down the street, right? And then the inciting incident, the first incident, whatever you want to call it, is Caesar hits this Gene Reno looking guy.
So he was from Game of Thrones.
Never watched it.
Oh, so the not the Iron Seas people, but the other group of people with the military presence. He was like the right hand of that prince leader guy, but he ended up playing a pretty big role all the way through.
I was gonna say, like, the thing about Game of Thrones is, like, all right, I'm just gonna wait until the last season and I'm gonna binge watch it. And then all the outcries from the Game of Thrones fans, like, season 8 was dog shit. I was all right, I guess I can skip it. Well, so Caesar runs into him right in front of Constable Rachel.
Yeah, Caesar's just like young punky kid, like early 20s, maybe. And then he when they get to the police station, he is obviously known as being the town troublemaker. Right.
Well, one of the things, so when they first meet, when he first comes out of the car, he's like, "Oh no, not again." I was like, what does that mean? Are you just out here just running people over? But yeah, Rachel brings him into the police station, and this is where we meet our whole entire cast after this, right? We first meet the sergeant, who seems like a hard ass.
Right.
Right? He's like your typical, like, old veteran. He just wants the last couple years to be quiet.
Yep.
like Lieutenant Murtaugh said, he was too old for that shit. and then we also meet the two other constables in this police station. I don't know their names. I just put cheating guy and an adulterous girl.
Yes. Yep.
Because we meet them
humping in a car. Yeah.
Right. And at first I thought it was like, oh, this is just like another character. Like the guy is like a normal dude, and then the girl's like a prostitute.
Right. Would not have been surprising.
Yeah, would have not have been surprised. I'm not trying to say anything. That's just how it kind of like
came across.
Out.
Yep.
Came across, right? And then they put their uniform on. I was like, oh, they're fucking. They're fucking on the job.
Yeah.
Also, like in a very open space.
Right in the middle of a field.
Right. I was like, I guess maybe it's like the docks because of how foggy it was.
Maybe this is like a town where everybody's just like, oh, it's dark, let's go to bed. Right. It's like a town of like old people and
oh, like our first movie.
And that's why when it's like 11 o'clock at night, there's nobody out on the street. Right.
That's what I thought as well. But I was like, nah, someone's got to be drinking somewhere. But yeah, and so all of our like the top half of this building comes together. They find the 6-foot bearded man that Rachel had put an APB out.
Right, because after Caesar hit him, he just disappeared, and so Caesar's all like, "Hey, if there's no body, there's no crime. Yeah, you should just let me go."
Exactly. If the glove does not fit, you must quit. Right, but doesn't fly. So Caesar gets taken downstairs, and we see this other person that's already in there. First, I was like, "Is this like some sort of Hannibal Lecter kind of situation?"
Definitely gave you like a little Silence of the Lambs vibes.
Hello, Rachel. I can't do that thing.
But Irish, yeah.
Hello, Rachel. No. So someone's gonna be like, "That's a shit Irish accent."
Yeah, this month is gonna be like popular everywhere in the world except for Ireland. All of our listeners are gonna. Our 3 Irish listeners are gonna just delete our account,
or they're like, "You better not come to Ireland." Oh man, but obviously there's some beef between Caesar and him, and we find out that Caesar is actually one of his students in school.
Yeah.
So this Caesar kid is like in high school,
right?
Drinking and driving.
Yeah. So apparently 18, not 20.
Right. Oh man! After that, I forgot what happened. Oh, so we call in the doctor to check on who they dubbed 6.
Right. Yeah, because the nameless man, he comes in and he's got a big gash in his forehead because he got hit by a car.
Yeah.
And they start asking him questions, and he's no talking at all. So they're like, oh, maybe he's got a concussion, maybe he's got some kind of brain injury or something. Let's call the doctor and make sure he's okay.
Yeah, and he kind of looks like the kicker in The Replacements. But yeah, he's checking up on him, and all of a sudden, they call him 6 because they put him in cell 6.
Yes,
that's he's credited as.
Yes,
but he touches the doctor, and all of a sudden he says something that sets the doctor off.
Yeah,
and then he tries to stab him
with a pair of scissors.
And then he gets detained, and he gets thrown into the cells.
Yeah.
Right, and so now we have pretty much all of our people. It's just really like I was trying to write this down, but I was like, this is really hard if I do it this way, because then I'm like almost writing the same thing as like what's on the wiki. Which, I mean, honestly, we could just start using the wiki as a script, right? But then you guys are gonna start calling us like Wikipedia podcast for movies,
and we hear how I do the reviews. So apparently I can't read very well out loud, so it's gonna be just very bumbly,
right? So now that we have all of our characters, let's kind of like go through it, because all of these characters have a chance to talk with 6.
Yeah. It's when when they have contact with him, either like they're both touching the same thing, or he touches them, or they touch him. There's like kind of like that Ghost Rider, like his power of like you get the grief of your crime.
Yeah, pretty much, right? Exactly. Because, Ghost Rider doesn't... I feel like Ghost Rider doesn't get enough respect in the MCU.
He doesn't.
He's like... Isn't he like considered like a cosmic level being?
Yes. Yeah.
And they still haven't invited Nicolas Cage to come back into the MCU. What a shame.
Now that they got the multiple universes, they've got to bring Nick Cage back in as the Ghost Rider.
No, they're just gonna get some young, good-looking.
No, but but they have the young, good-looking one for the future Ghost Rider movies. But they got to bring Nick in, like at least that cameo.
You want a Ghost Rider? No Way Home? Oh man, but yeah. So whenever Six has an interaction with everybody, seems like they have a sin.
Yes.
Right? So...
But you get it in little flashes, and so most of it is, at this point, as they do it, it's really hard to kind of tell what people's sins are.
Yeah. But as we go through the movie, it gets divulged very slowly.
Yeah.
But pretty brutal.
Oh.
All of these are pretty terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the worst is probably the sergeant. Right?
Right.
And so let's explain how these characters are. So obviously we talked about the sergeant, and when he has this interaction with Six, the Six says, "Oh, you're a man of the Bible. You're a Christian."
Yeah.
Right? And they repeat passages to each other. But Six says, "Oh, you're more Old Testament."
Right.
Which, if you guys don't know, for my Bible heads out there, the Old Testament is brutal.
Fire and brimstone.
Yeah, that was I learned about that in Bible school.
Right. And he's like, so the captain says to Six, you too? And he's like, I kind of jumped ship.
Which, I mean, for him, so I watched a theory video on this, and I was like, oh, that's cool, because you definitely would have just skipped over it. So when I watched it, I was like, oh, that's awesome if that's what it's about, right? But obviously Six is some sort of being.
Right.
Right. And so we have this interaction with him and the sergeant, but he says something to the sergeant, of course, that sets him off, and he leaves, right? He already ordered the couple police officers to go check the home with the doctor.
Right.
Because they wanted to see why he reacted that way.
Yeah.
And
and they tried to call the doctor's wife, and she wouldn't answer.
Yeah.
And then also when the lieutenants or the captain's interviewing Six, they fingerprint him, and then his fingerprints come back to as somebody who died 17 years ago. Yeah.
Oh, so it's I was like, oh, apparently you're an old man. You're an old man who died in a fire in 1983. You were 73 years old.
Yep.
So yeah, everything about this whole situation is fishy, right? When the two couple get to the house, it is one of those horrific crime scenes.
Yeah.
So apparently this doctor had a wife and two kids. The wife was murdered on the table. These are just trigger warnings. I'm letting you know the imagery is very graphic.
Right. Yeah. No. This is like the horror movie.
Yeah. This does not shy away from the imagery. We have the daughter who he had hung up, and her blood is dripping down the stairs, and the son pretty much got Hannibal Lectered.
Yeah.
And so they return back to the station. But this is... Oh, sorry. So the doctor, or the school teacher that was in the prison with them, him and Caesar start talking, but Six says a bunch of things. He's like, oh, you're a wife beater. And
Right.
was he a pedophile as well?
They insinuated it, but they didn't, because Caesar kept saying that.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, he likes his girls like he likes his whiskey. Age 12 years, and it's fucking terrible, right? But then like when students are making that accusation about you, it's more than likely probably true,
Right.
Especially unless you're like a well-liked teacher, but then that might make it even worse.
Right. Yeah. But Six is like saying to him like, oh, when a man punches his wife, it's because he really wants to be beating up himself because he's, weak and cowardly. And that's kind of...
Yeah. And then that sets him off to look at Caesar's like, this is all your guys' fault. I come in every day trying to instill knowledge, but you can't even make the effort to show up.
Yep.
And so he tries to kill Caesar, but then something comes over him and he starts like banging his head.
Against the wall and into the bars.
Yeah, it is rough, right? And then so Rachel comes downstairs, sees it. The doctor's like, "Let me out. I'll help you."
Right.
And then so like when they get upstairs, the two officers they call back to dispatch and tell them what happened, and now we have an all-out fight between the doctor and Rachel.
Right. Yeah.
Where Rachel clubs him in the face and puts him back in the
right, because he's like, oh, well, now I gotta make a run for it, and she's like, you're not leaving here.
Yeah. So when they get back, the two are obviously super upset because the male police officer, I'm just gonna call him Clover. No, that's what do I'm gonna call him McLeod, right? And I think that's an Irish name. Right, so
there we go. Yeah.
So McLeod, he's obviously distraught because he has kids of his own, and then the one that's, I don't know if she's Irish. She doesn't look Irish. I don't know how Irish people really look like, but she's pretty tan.
Right. Yeah.
Tan, black hair. But I'm gonna call her I don't know, O'Shea, right? O'Shea is like, we're gonna beat up this doctor. So she takes the doctor to,
because you see in her flash back, like her like little memory flashback when she comes in contact with Six, that she and the guy are very like, let us interrogate the suspect because we will torture them until they give us the information we need. So they are very like above and beyond.
Oh yeah, they are very like, they think they're Judge Dredd like
right
officers, right?
Yeah. So that's when she's like, okay, I'm gonna go interview doctor and see what I can get out of him.
Yeah, and so her and Rachel are interviewing him, and then what's it called? McLeod, he accidentally touches the same cell that Six is in.
Yep.
And that's where we get more of the flashes of them murdering that dude.
Right.
And they're like enjoying it.
Yeah.
And I was like, how does this like just happen? And so when they get upstairs, what's it called? McLeod goes upstairs, and then Six is talking to like Caesar.
Right.
And he's all like, you still have time to take it back.
Right.
Walk back that line. She's still alive. And throughout this whole time, we see Six picking at his body, like inflicting self-harm. And it seems like everybody that he...
It's always with matches.
Yeah, it's always with matches.
Like each person has a match, and he lights it, and it's like he's lighting the fire inside of them. That rage, that...
Right, something. He's doing something though, right?
Right.
And so, but he tells Caesar, and Caesar is like, he's trying, but then like, when they come downstairs, they ignore him. They tell him to shut up,
right,
and all that stuff. And then by the time he's even able to do it, he's like, it's too late. She died 2 minutes ago.
Right. But it was kind of like they're having that conversation with like it's just Six and Caesar down there. And he's like, I'm giving you a chance. You should
take it.
Confess. And he's like, if I confess, things are going to be just get worse for me. And he's like, oh, if you don't confess, they're going to get so much worse.
Right. So that's and so let's go. When McLeod goes upstairs, he beats the living shit out of the doctor until he just kills him.
Right. Slams him into like the busted up table.
Yeah, and
then just basically just plugs the leg of the table right through his eye.
Yeah, and then so McLeod and O'Shea, they look at Rachel and they're like, "We have to get our story straight because you're the one who busted his nose up."
Right. Because she hit him with the club, the billy club, to get him back in the cell.
And she kind of folds, like what else can she do at this moment, right?
Right. Yeah.
Of course, she could always try to fight it later on and do the right thing, but at that moment, she's just like, okay.
Yep.
When she goes downstairs, though, like her and Six talk, and he's like, "You're not a victim, you're a survivor,
right?
You're a warrior or some shit like that, right?" And then of course, Caesar confesses to her, but then he's like, "It's too late. Don't worry about it. She's dead." I was like, Jesus. And all of this that's happening, I'm like, where's the sergeant? Then we get a cut of the sergeant going to his home, and he's taking out a chopped up body out of his refrigerator.
Yeah.
And I was like, Jesus.
Then he goes into the bedroom, and there's a young man in his bedroom. And because Six gave him like that flash of his wrongdoing, chopping up bodies and putting them in the fridge, he thinks that this young man has somehow told him, because he's like, "How did you tell him? Who else have you told?" And basically just beats the kid to death.
Well, yeah, we get
fists.
Yeah, we get a flashback though of like when they started.
Yeah,
and it looks like it's consensual. Maybe he's like a male prostitute, for homosexuals,
right?
And it was like, oh man, that's why. Like, he's a repressed Christian in Ireland. So yeah, he beats the living shit out of this kid.
Yeah,
and I think the sergeant, I think he knows.
Right.
He's like, you're not gonna judge me.
Yeah.
He almost gives a very William Dafoe-like performance in this.
Right.
Yeah, so like he's trying to dispose of the bodies, but he grabs a shotgun under his bed.
But he says a prayer as he pulls the shotgun out.
Yeah, he's like, "God, let these bullets fly straight."
Right.
Oh man, so as everything's culminating back to the police station, the two officers, O'Shea and McGrady, they're plotting against Rachel, and Rachel tries to catch them on the phone because she's on the phone with the sergeant.
Right,
tries to make them say something that's like pertaining to like them murdering her.
Yeah.
Because she quote got out of hand. But then the whole scuffle goes out. Rachel's putting up a pretty decent fight, but McGrady is like got 100 pounds on her at least.
Oh right, yeah.
He's just
big Irish guy.
Yeah, big burly dude.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he wasn't wearing a wool sweater. I heard that's why Irish people are always mad. But before they could fully kill Rachel, man, the sergeant comes barbed wired up.
Yeah, kicks in the door basically, and he's got his sawed-off shotgun. He's got like crown of thorns, and then his body is like wrapped in barbed wire, shirtless.
Yeah. He looks like something straight out of an apocalyptic movie.
Oh, yes.
But I think there's also that weird practice in like Catholicism and Christianity where it's like if you inflict self-harm, it's supposed to like show penance.
Right.
And that's what he's trying to do. Yes, and that's
definitely old.
Yeah, Old Testament.
Old Testament.
But he's like, I gotta kill all the rest of the sinners too.
Yep.
And shoots McGrady and O'Shea, and then shoots his dick off. I was like, why? Like,
well, because he's an adulterer.
I know. No, he's like, so you could roam the afterlife with no dick.
Yep.
Oh, that was brutal. Did you like flinch a little bit?
Oh,
Like,
yep.
yeah, I audibly was like, "Oh shit!" And we have this huge fight. O'Shea and Rachel are able to escape into the holding area where there's a metal door, but she was like, "You guys have a battering ram in here," and he is just battering this door open.
Right.
They get down to the basement, and he can't get through for some reason. I was like, "Why don't you just use the battering ram again?"
Yeah.
Right?
But Rachel's stabbed him in the leg
Yeah.
to get away, so he's slow limping. And while they're downstairs, they're just basically like, we're gonna go ahead and open the cells, Caesar, because I don't want you just to be like in this cell when he comes down here with a sawed-off shotgun, because he's killing everybody. So at least give you a running chance.
Something, right? But then what's it called? The sergeant he starts to light up this police station with gasoline.
Yep.
And Six and Rachel are having a talk. Six is like, I could just end this right now. Just tell me the word.
Yep.
And she's like, no, we can make it out of this. And so their plan is to just go for it.
Right.
O'Shea gets killed trying to jump out of a fucking window. Hilarious.
Yeah, what Caesar throws a chair through it, so it's all busted glass. It's pretty like realistic. Like you throw a chair through and there's a bunch of busted glass. Not like every other movie where you throw a chair through clean window that you could just slide through.
No, I like the other movies where when they bust through it, they use like the thing that they use to bust through it to like clear the glass. I was like, see, that's a hint of realism. No, this girl, she tried to jump on a computer chair, which obviously slips.
Yep.
And she lands on a shard of glass, and the sergeant
right to the jugular.
Yeah, and then the sergeant pushes it down.
Yep.
And then the sergeant catches Caesar and then just like
sticks his face into the boot buffer.
Yeah. Oh man, when he looks back, I was like, "Oh, it's gonna be." It wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be, but he definitely could ask that question. You want to know how I got these scars? But then he gets shot in the face. So
yeah.
And now it's just Rachel and the sergeant, mano, womano. But Rachel, she throws a tank of gas at him.
Yes,
She dumbly shoots it. And oh man, she gets the battering ram,
and she.
They showed it.
Yes,
I was like, oh,
practical too. Practical.
I know. I love it so much.
Yeah, some of the flames were computer generated, but just about everything else in this movie was practical.
Oh, it was so good. Like this is like the thing about this is a thing. I know me and Kobe always talk about this, but when you have a movie with practical effects, it stands the test of time.
Right.
Like I can still watch like Scott Ridley's Alien. The chest bursting scene still looks good.
Yep.
John Carpenter's The Thing.
Yep.
I mean, it's goofy. It's a very Cronenberg, but it still looks so good.
Yeah.
And then when you compare it to like other things like The New Thing, the prequel.
Yeah.
I was like, why does it look so bad? And so after this, she walks out and Six just walks out too. It's like smoking a cigarette. I'm sorry, but prior to this, like Six does tell Rachel, like, "Oh, you've known me," and we haven't talked about Rachel's backstory,
right?
So, do you want to do it? Or?
Yeah. So when you get a couple flashes with Rachel, like the first time you see her, there's a little girl tied to a bed, and she's definitely kidnapped and very insinuating of being molested.
Yeah. Pretty graphic the way they showed it.
But yeah, so then you get like later on you get the flash of her being able to like cut her ropes, like her hand ties, and trying to sneak out.
Yeah.
And then like they get a third flash where she kind of looks out as they show her as she looks out the window, she sees a guy who's like
who rung the doorbell
downstairs and
gave her time to escape.
Yeah.
So they've known each other for so long.
Right, because it turns out that the guy who rang the doorbell was
Six. And so when they finally when we get to the end and they finally go face to face, he's like, I can give you everything, and just tell me the word, and I will punish them.
Yeah.
And they shared this very wet kiss.
Right.
Like, you see the little string. I was like, ugh. It's so gross when you see when it happens to other people. Like, ugh.
Right. But she's like, I never hurt anybody. I never asked you to do that. And he was like, asked? You begged me to.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, right, because that's what you wish death on people if you're in that kind of situation, you know.
But he's like, the world is so much more colder without you. So, like, this is where that theory that I have the credit for where I got the information from comes in. So, like, let's go to our other section first before we do that.
Right, because you never find out if he's the devil. You
Yeah.
don't know what he is. He never really kills anybody. He just makes you remember.
It's like when Loki did it to Valkyrie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then, like, it's even worse. So let's go to our other. So yeah, the movie just ends with them kissing, and them, like, you figure, like, oh, they're gonna be like partners now.
Right.
So let's go to our other category: high star or low star. Kobe.
Okay, so we got a 5 out of 5. Masterpiece. This film is a masterpiece. Not sure how it can get anything less than 5 stars. Liam Cunning, 6, is a brilliant actor. His voice, his eyes, his presence command attention, and the entire cast perform excellently every character. Each detail of this movie, even some excessive gore at the end, which I am not a fan of, is top quality. Life of Sin invites in the devil. Is pretty much the message that I got. If you're into the spiritual, intellectual cinema, one that leaves you thinking and wanting to watch it again, this might be a great addition to your collection. Warning, violent scenes for mature audience.
And I had one from Michaela Bam, 3 out of 5.
Was there no, like, 1s and 2s?
I mean, there was, but then they weren't really expressive in their reviews. Unique mythology with grotesque images rather than scares. If a psychological thriller becomes horror through quantity of gore alone, sure. If horror requires the viewer to be scared, then no. There was a vaguely interesting and unique underlying plot, and I will remember the movie, which counts for something. However, it expects grotesque images depicting evil acts to do most of the heavy lifting, and in my opinion, it wasn't scary so much as tasteless. Unnecessary, exploitative, define it however you like, but I wasn't scared so much as disgusted. It was also a little slow. I spent a lot of time writing this review in my head while the scenes dragged by. The mythology makes it almost worth watching, but it's not as enjoyable, and it's not my kind of horror. It's just grotesque and violent. I'm so desensitized to it that I just frowned and muttered, well, this isn't okay. Yeah, super unnecessary. I mean, that's fair. Like, if you're not a huge fan of, like, gory imagery,
right?
Yeah,
and you don't really get that this is going to be that kind of movie from the trailer.
Yeah, but I think, like, I don't know. I wouldn't say like the gore, the imagery was unnecessary. I just feel like it depicts how evil men could be. Right. Because 6 has a line in the movie. He's like, "Why would I go to hell when all the demons are here?"
Yeah.
I was like, oh. It was like that one scene from Angel when he went into an elevator that was gonna take him to hell, and it just took him to L.A. I was like, well, I mean, I get it, but still, like, right. I'm from there. So before me and Colby get into our thoughts, I wanted to share this clip or this little dialogue that I got from the YouTube channel Modern Horrors. They so in the while you're going through his little book of names,
right,
which has all these evil people, there's one name that's in there that's called Siphius, which it's very, like, if you don't pay attention, you're not going to see it. You're just going to think it's just another name,
right?
But it was like a name that was alone like in the very front of the book, and so they they speculate that it's supposed to be the this person was a part of this Chinese legend, Cepheus, which is a constellation, but
Right. So it's a constellation in Greek mythology,
Yeah.
but the same constellation has a Chinese myth off of it.
yeah. Also, did you see the video too? Yeah. So six. They said six might be a representation of the black tortoise of the north, and constable would be the white snake.
Yep.
His other half. This ties in with the legend of Cepheus, or the Black Warrior, who transcended his human body, to where he had to replace all of his body parts with that of a god. And so, in the legend, he rips out his intestines, throws it into the sea, and it becomes the black tortoise of the north and the white snake, who are supposed to go out and reap all those who are wicked.
Yes.
I was like, that's really cool if that's what it is.
Right.
Because then it makes the ending make sense.
Yes.
Right? So like the way I would see it is that like the black tortoise of the north, or six, is the large intestine, and then the white snake is the small intestine. But it's like a yin yang type of thing.
Right.
Where like I don't know how, if they're reapers or whatever, but I don't know if they're supposed to be out there trying to, like, if if six goes unchecked, he might just be killing like people who do minor like sins.
Right.
And maybe the white snake, who's Rachel, is supposed to be like, that was a mistake.
Like the conscience.
Yeah, the conscience of it all, right? Because, he says like, point, I will be your blade. Just point, cut down whoever you think is wicked enough.
Right. Right.
Oh man, cool. What did you think about this movie? What was like your favorite parts and all that stuff?
I love this movie. And I thought, yeah. Once I ended, and once I read some of the reviews and some of the ideas and some of the things that I had thought about this movie, I'm gonna need to watch it again to see if I could put some of those things together, because it was so many interesting small things that I wouldn't have caught, or I didn't catch the first time around. Like you said, that Cepheus in the front of the book, the camera shows on it, but it's really only there 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And then then they flip through the books. So it's something you missed. Another thing is, as the sergeant's leaving, he walks past a billboard that is always missing kid signs or missing people signs.
Yeah.
And the one that's right in the middle is the gay guy that's in his bed.
Yeah. I mean, I thought there was something up with the sergeant when he was watching Caesar undress. And he was totally looking at his dick.
Right. Yep.
He's like, let me see that dick, boy. I don't know why I was like, yeah, it's Southern, Yeah,
and I'm sure that a little bit I missed, I'm sure, because of some people have pretty heavy accents.
Oh yeah, I had to turn on the subtitles.
But I'm sure that if you went back and you re-listened to the different Bible verses and stuff that they said, that there's probably more meaning in each one of those than you originally got.
Yeah. Oh man. The sergeant, the closeted homosexual. I'm not gonna say I understand him, but I could understand why he got up to that point. Just because I'm not 100% sure if Ireland is. I'm pretty sure they're predominantly Catholic and Christian.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying they're closed-minded to homosexuals, but I think the smaller town that you get to, the more
and certainly you have somebody who's Old Testament Bible person, that is definitely going to be your people who are much more anti-gay.
Yeah, and to
the point where it's gay people, we should kill them.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely grew up that way, and he was probably, this is where I think it would have been great to have like maybe 20 more minutes of a little bit of more backstory, because I'm pretty sure he grew up with a very Catholic or Christian like household, and I'm pretty sure his dad saw like, little I don't know, freaking actions that could lead him to think that his son was going to be a homosexual,
Right.
and try to, beat it out of him or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty extreme, but, because, you even hear cases like this. You see it in shows where, there's a one openly gay character and he's messing around with a closeted gay kid. And it always culminates to, like, the closeted one beating the hell out of the openly gay kid to prove how straight he is to everybody.
Right. Yep.
And this one kind of it takes it to like that extreme where he's like, and I think we have like serial killers that did that out, throughout history, in American history.
Right.
There's, those killers that were killing dudes. I don't know. It was pretty rough to see though. The imagery with the family dead.
Yeah, and that wasn't interesting because that was almost like anti-religion.
Yeah.
Because he was like, yeah, I figured if I could cut open his head and play with his brain, I could figure out where his like soul lived, and then I could capture his soul, and then I would be able to figure out how to make him,
Alive again,
like his body be eternal, like make him live forever.
Yeah, I think something just snapped in him and he just went into like mad scientist mode. I was like, that is such a brutal, like, what do they call it? Family annihilators.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
but he was like, see, I wanted a little bit of backstory on him too. Like I think this is where we could have gotten to 20 minutes to just see like maybe 5 minutes of everyone's backstory. I don't need to see the cheaters' backstories. They're just cheating.
Right.
But
and you got enough of their flashback on the like being brutal and just basically kind of beating the truth out of people or a confession out of people.
Super sick. Well, yeah, but by the end of it, they like hung the dude.
Right.
I was like, holy fuck.
And it was totally one of those things where it was like, if we got this noose around your neck that's made out of your shirt, so if you don't give us the truth, we're just gonna hang you and tell everybody that you killed yourself. And he's like, okay, I'll tell you. And then they just like, boom, and they let him hang himself anyway.
Yeah, I was like, man, like, and so that's where the line comes so hard, where like Six is saying that all the demons are here because they were taking pleasure out of doing that. Like at first, it seemed like the girl was like caught off guard,
right?
And then it turned to like sexual arousal or something.
Yeah,
because you could see her face like turn into that evil smile. Yeah, and I was like, oh Jesus Christ.
And it was kind of like, how did you get that many bad people in one place at one time in like a city that is empty, like visibly empty? Like, yeah, I don't, it was like, so like one of the people, like the theory was like, is it purgatory?
Yeah.
Is that like where the bad people go? Is it like you relive your sins? And so it was like every day repeats itself.
Oh man, a Groundhog's Day?
Like a Groundhog's Day. Yeah. And then if you go with that, then it's like maybe this is the rookie cop. She comes in and this is her first day in purgatory. And that's why she doesn't know anybody. That's why like everything is new. She hasn't.
Right, it's man, yeah, because towards like at the end when like the building is burning down, Venom comes out of nowhere and starts to consume all the bodies.
Right,
like, what's that about?
Right, and so is that like refreshing them for the next day? Is that taking them to hell?
Right, yeah.
Are they on Earth? Is that it? Like, is it purgatory? Is it is this? Is the guy is Six? Is he the devil? Is he the like the Grim Reaper?
Yeah, I feel like he feels more like a Grim Reaper type.
Because he's got the book with everybody's names in it, and he's crossing the names off of the people.
Yeah, so like that's why I felt like he was more like a Grim Reaper type of character, just because like he didn't kill anybody. He just, he showed you your sins,
right?
And it was your like, I don't know, like natural instinct to rage out and try to cover it up.
Yep. Right. Right.
It's like when a kid like makes a mess and he like puts a blanket over it. Or when you spill spaghetti on the couch one too many times, so you had to flip that couch over.
Right. Yep. Mom will never know.
Just imagine if you got reaped for that. You stained your mother's new couch. To hell you go. How depressed you? You've eaten too many cheeses.
Because you lied about the stain. So
you've indulged in too many cheeses. To a cheeseless earth you go.
I feel like that sent you to heaven.
Just imagine if your punishment for that was to be reincarnated into a world without cheese. And as you go through life, you're almost there to like make it, but it can never like fully come into fruition.
Yeah, it'd be terrible, terrible.
Just imagine, just imagine the nachos in that world. It's just sour cream and guacamole.
Oh. Just really chunky salsa. Oh, yuck.
Beans. Like, it's still good, but there's just like something missing. There's always something missing in your life. Oh man.
But there was the other thing that I noticed was when she wakes up at the very beginning after having the nightmare, there is like a raven feather laying on her pillow.
Yeah, but it's also because like she's in his book, but not as a name, as like a drawing that's like clothed in raven's feathers.
Yes.
So that's why it makes so much sense that she's his other half.
Yeah.
And maybe at some point in like the millennias that they spent together, maybe she's like, I want to be human for a little bit. I want to try it out, you know? See, wonder what this finality is about, this finite lifespan. And, he's like, all right, fine. Like very Hades and Persephone like.
Right.
She's like, fine, go frolic around the earth for, a summer. What a summer would be to him, maybe.
Right.
Or a spring break.
Like death takes a holiday.
Yeah. So that's why I like that theory of the Chinese mythology, just because it kind of makes sense for the ending.
It does.
Yeah. And they're, they're supposed to reap like the wicked. So maybe that's just like Chinese lore for like a Grim Reaper.
Right.
Yeah, man, I really like this movie. This movie was good. Like I said, man, maybe there's like a director's cut out there. I really hope, man, that'd be cool to have it.
Right. Gotta be like at least a director's commentary.
Right. Yeah. All right, guys. If you guys don't know, if this is the first time you guys joining us, we want to thank you for joining us. Hope you listen to our other episodes. We have so many theme months: Nicolas Cage month, Van Damme month, video game month. So there's so many things that you guys can listen to. But since this is the first time you guys might be here, we do our reviews in 4 sections. We have Stream It, DVD It, Blu-ray It, and the now Who Watches This Podcast Ultimate Box Collection.
Each week, I am more and more wanting the Ultimate Box Collection. The Ireland box.
I mean, let's be real. All of the movies that we've done, they'd be a box collection.
Yeah, right.
But where you at for this one?
I would definitely go Blu-ray with this. I thought this was fantastic. This is definitely like I already want to watch it again. So yeah, sometimes you're like, is it going to have rewatch value? Oh yeah, I already want to watch it again. See if I can find some more missing things that
you didn't catch, right?
That I didn't catch. I definitely share worthy. I feel like this would be a great thing to share with people.
Yeah, and it's like short enough where you could do a twofer,
Right?
You could do this one, and you could do I don't know, grabbers. Yeah, well, whatever floats your boat. Maybe you're having an Irish party, a St. Patty's party. Just throw on this ultimate box collection of movies. Yeah, no, same for me. This is pretty enjoyable. I can see myself showing my friends this, and then having like a pretty decent conversation about it afterwards. I know, like I saw some reviews that were like, "Oh, this is just another like Christian movie."
Right.
And I was like, if that's what you took away from it, I don't think that's it, man. Because then, like, yeah, like there's mention of like the Bible and all this stuff because of the conversation you have between the sergeant and Six, but Six, after that, he's just like telling Caesar, you could still save the girl,
Right,
and clear your conscience.
Yeah.
And these aren't like, it wasn't like a heavy Christian movie besides the sergeant's character. But there's a character like that, like in like a lot of these type of movies, there's always going to be a character like that, like in The Mist with the religious lady in the store.
Right. Another one that I like we saying that I made me think of Henry Rollins. Is that his name? Is in that movie like he never died.
Yeah, he
or
never
something.
dies. I think he was supposed to be Cain, right?
Or Lucifer. Well, Cain? Yeah.
Yeah. He was Cain. He was yeah. Same thing. Like that one is steeped in like religious mythology, but that's just a part of like
Right, but it's not a slam religion down your throat kind of movie.
Yeah, it's just, it's listen, I always say this is a joke, but like I always tell people that are super religious that my favorite fictional book is the Bible. But the Bible is jam-packed with like stories.
Right.
And like and this is just like another version of that. It might not even be so heavily steeped in Christianity or Catholicism because like the YouTube channel said, this could be a part of a Chinese mythology. Yeah. Like no one's and the thing I don't get is like no one's ever gonna slam Clash of the Titans for being a religious movie. It's a movie. It's just they have aspects of it, and that's what it is. Just a part of the aspect of the movie, but it's not about pushing some sort of propaganda.
Right.
At the end of the day, Six was just like, be a good person. Don't do evil deeds.
Right.
And maybe you could live your life without having to worry about your secrets or whatever.
Yep.
Oh man, well thank you guys for joining us. Make sure you guys check out our show notes for our Amazon affiliate links. You guys are gonna go shopping anyway. There's always a holiday every month, so you might as well use our Amazon affiliate links to throw us a couple pennies. Maybe we can graduate from a McChicken a fundraiser to a Starbucks coffee.
That's true. Yeah. And follow our social media. That way every time we drop a new episode. Our Facebook is down below. We got a Twitter. We're both on TikTok. We got Old Otaku. And we got Big Cheese 702.
Yeah, Colby's crushing it with his cheese content. If you guys think if you guys think his cheese obsession is a fallacy, is a farce.
Oh yes, no, you cut me. I bleed queso.
he even dipped a tomato in cheese.
Right, and tomatoes are yucky.
I love tomatoes. Colby just doesn't like eating the tomato as a whole, but if you mash it up and make it into a sauce, it's fine.
Right. I was even just a few minutes ago, I was like, oh, the salsa is so chunky. Yeah, because it's got to be thin salsa. It can't have big chunks of tomato in.
Wait. So are you not a fan of a Chicago deep dish?
I had one when I was in Chicago not too long ago, and I pulled off the couple really large chunks of tomato that were in the sauce on top. But yeah, I mean, I'm a thin sauce person.
Those chunks are my favorite part.
When we go for PodCon 2022, whatever.
I don't want to eat it after you pulled it off.
No, I'm gonna say I just sound like I will let you pick the pieces with the biggest chunks, and then I will take the ones that are like a piece of bread and then like 3/4 of an inch of cheese on top. And
oh man! All right, guys, thank you guys for joining us. My name is Barry.
This is Colby,
and this is Who Watches This. If you guys want to check out who does the theme music, it is called Arcade Montage. It's on her. Oh wow! How did I mess that up? 2 years. We've been doing this for 2 years. If you guys want to check out who does the theme music, it is Lee Rosevere. It's called Arcade Montage. It's on her album Music for Podcast 3, and her Bandcamp is down below.
Thank you.